Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another 7 Deadly Sins video. So, as you all know, the slime event is going on, and it actually launched today, or I think I'll end up putting this video out tomorrow, so it launched yesterday if you're watching it the day it comes out. But, we're going to be going over the Ifrit raid, so if we head over to the collab, no, not the pickup. We head over to the collab. Where is it? Here we go. So we move over here to the map. After you have completely finished the entire event storyline and everything, and you went all the way through here, you'll unlock the boss battle, and it works the exact same as the regular boss battles. It even ends up putting it down here below the other ones that are already here. But the best part about it is because it's a limited time event, they're not limiting it to one time a day. So you can do it as many times as you want, and that's super nice because you actually get the little fire token things, whatever they're called, fire essence that you need for the shop to buy any of the cosmetics for the characters and stuff, etc, etc. So you're basically just going to be farming this out to grab any of the extra stuff that you want from the shop. I think there's a couple of other things that require stuff that's not fire essence, but you can get those through just fighting the little stages that are in the regular story, like event stuff. Like so, if you come over here to this one, you can get the little gems, and then this one has like the little, I guess it's like everlasting flame. It's just a little stick on fire. Then you can get a sharp fang over here, so you can grind all three of those little areas out and grab stuff like that for some of the other stuff. So we're going to be heading into the event. I've already done one hard, and I actually did not do that great because he actually, the thing with the boss is that he hits pretty hard, because if you're going into it like I am, you're going to need to use characters that you don't normally use. Like the only reason I even have so this is the team that I'm using. Obviously, I already had Gother built up. I don't use Matrona Deanne at all. So I actually just got her to 6 star today, and I just pushed her up to 60 UR today as well, after like learning that I needed her for this event pretty much. If you have Rimuru, the human Rimuru version, and you have him kind of already, like if you're starting to invest in him and get him built up a little bit, he is actually preferred instead of Matrona. The only reason you're using Matrona is because of one of her skills. If it'll let me, will it not let me go to her? Oh well, we can do this. Will it not? Hello? My bad. So if we go to Heroes, we go to Matrona, you'll see that what you're looking for is a character with Rupture. Rupture, as you can see, does 2 times damage against buffed enemies. That's the big thing here, because the Ifrit is basically going to like apply buffs to itself at the beginning of every single turn. So it's always going to be a buffed unit. So Rupture is a huge thing here. This is what you're trying to look for in a lot of cases, because you know it's just going to like deal that extra bit of damage. So I actually forgot to swap over my equipment for it really quick, because I don't have all that many equipment sets built. I'm kind of just using equipment sets from some of my other characters. The only reason we're using this green Helbram is because he has an attack buff that's pretty nice to have. He's not all that crazy, but his attack buff is pretty nice to have. Plus, his passive makes it to where he heals 100% of his defense stat whenever the hero's HP reaches 0. So his defense is 3,000, which isn't too bad. It's not a whole lot, but at least it'll save him from dying at least once. But you're really just using this card right here. Attack related stats of all allies by 15% for 2 turns, and then 20% for 2 turns, 30% for 3 turns. So if you can build this up, it's really nice. But yeah, so you're basically, the whole goal here is to just try to, you know, hit with rupture enemies or rupture characters as much as possible. Obviously, Rimuru is the preferred one right here. She's actually strong for the fight, so she takes 30% less damage from the boss, which is super nice. But yeah, she has the rupture skill as well. Obviously, they wanted it to be where, you know, the slime collab characters are, you know, the ones that you're wanting to use for it. The guy that I actually got paired up with last game, he pretty much carried me through it. He was actually using Milim, and he was doing some pretty heavy damage with her attack skill. So you may end up, if you want to, and you're already going to build up Milim. I don't know if I would do it specifically for this raid, but she seemed to be doing really well. Another character that you could use that already has Rupture is Red Jericho. No, not this skill. Her other skill has Rupture on it, which is kind of nice if you already have her built up. I don't know that I would invest in this character just for the heck of it. I think if you're really looking for one of the characters, either try to go for Rimuru if you pulled her, or if you have Matrona, go for her, because she's the more friendly option, I guess, if you don't want to summon on the banner. So yeah. If you don't have green Helbram, you can try to use, I forget which Gil Thunder it is. I think it's green Gil Thunder, because he has a, I'm looking over him, aren't I? Where is he at? I know I got him as a UR. Green Gil Thunder. So he has an attack buff as well, increases attack of all allies by 30% for 2 turns. I think this one is normally the preferred one because he does so much more attack, but my Helbram, he just has an extra star on him, really. Actually, we'll try doing Gil Thunder, actually. I know he's only 2 stars, but we'll hop in with him and try him first. And it's probably not the best idea for me to do hard mode, but I don't feel like I have all that bad of a team, and normally as long as I get paired up with somebody who knows what they're doing, I normally don't get, like, we don't get overwhelmed or anything like that. So let me go for Green Gil. We'll do her because why not? And then we need to change his equipment really quick. Grab that Helbram equipment, which is actually my Escanor equipment. Probably not what I want on him. I'd probably want a defense set on him to begin with, but I don't think I have a really good defense set yet. So yeah, this is what we're going to be going with. Actually, let me eat some food. We'll just do some defense food or something like that, just because it would help. Actually, so the big deal is that the enemy has a shield. You can actually use this food if you're actually having a hard time with that, because the shield, if you don't break his shield, he regains it back every turn, and if you don't break it, he will actually apply a burn debuff on all of the characters on the field. So, and it'll stack up over time if you're not dealing enough damage each turn. So you kind of have to stay on top of that. Dog noises. So let's eat a defense food, and then we're going to grab somebody really quick and queue up. So yeah, at this level he's only got 150k CC, which doesn't sound all that crazy, but he hits pretty hard. So anyway, I'm going to invite some people, and I'll come back when we're in the raid. Okay, so we have moved to not hard difficulty. We've moved to normal difficulty for the main reason of I've done 3 runs so far, and it seems like people either don't really know what team to be using, and they're bringing in kind of the wrong units and screwing the whole thing over, or just it's not working out very well. So we are just gonna hope for the best with this one, because this guy's really not using the best of units either. But I don't know. Hopefully on hard or on normal difficulty we should be able to do enough here. Let's see how much damage this does. Oh yeah, this is much better. So I'm gonna cut all of those other like attempts out, but like it just you really need to have 2 teams with Gother. I know Gother, like, it seems like he's like a unit that everybody uses. It's because he's actually genuinely helpful on pretty much every team or situation that he's in. So it's definitely worth bringing him. But yeah, like, just save up coin shop and just buy Gother. It's really worth it, trust me. He's that good. But yeah, I don't know. People keep bringing Escanor in, and I think people just substitute, like, they're like, hey, like, you know, it's a raid, like, Escanor's gotta be good. Like, Escanor deals crazy damage, but Escanor really isn't that good in this, because you're really looking for units who can take advantage of the whole rupture thing, and it just, I don't know, it's not working as well as people think it's gonna work. But oh well. Obviously some of the units that you have to use in this aren't units that people are using every day. They're not part of the meta, and if you're not spending a lot of money on the game and like actually like getting a lot of these other characters who aren't used as much, if you're not getting them built up, then you're not going to have like Matrona. Like, I don't think people are really building up Matrona to begin with. The only reason mine is as far as she is because I started investing in her today. And I had a bunch of SSR pendants and stuff like that saved up from doing this specific event. Actually, you get a ton of SSR pendants from this event, which is really nice. So if you want to start investing in some characters that you don't normally invest in, hopefully that doesn't like screw a bunch of people up and end up changing what they would normally, or like hopefully you've already invested in what you want, so that way you can kind of start investing in other characters who would be helpful in different situations. But yeah, so it looks like we did pretty good this round, which obviously we had to move down a difficulty. I have beat one on hard, but then again, the guy that I was playing with kind of carried me a little bit through that one. So he definitely knew what he was doing. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of people do, though. And I mean, I understand why. This is a drastically different sort of boss than the regular raid bosses. I don't mean, it's not like too far off from like fighting maybe Hallex or something like that, because Hallex is a little bit more interesting. Like you kind of need some specific kind of characters for that as well. But I don't know. It's not that bad. If you need to, just do it on the lowest difficulty. As long as you're bringing in the correct units on regular, like normal difficulty, you should be fine. Just kind of invest in them a little bit, so that way they're not doing, 0 damage or anything like that. And if you as long as their characters are somewhat decent and have, good CC and stuff like that, hopefully they can start dealing enough damage to at least get a little bit in, so that way it's not completely screwing you over as a teammate. But yeah, definitely, I would say get Gother for sure. He's probably your best bet in a lot of situations for this, because he's going to help kind of, upgrade everybody else's cards, and, you can play off of each other if there's 2 Gothers. It's just so helpful in raids. But, yeah. Matrona's good. If you want to invest in Rimuru, just bring an attack buffer. Arthur, Gilthunder, Green Helbram, they all do pretty alright. So that's pretty much it. And then for your sub slot, you can pretty much bring whatever you want. Not necessarily, like, you should bring something that would buff or like help out a little bit. The Red Elizabeth, where is she at? I'm looking over everybody today. Is she down here? The Red Elizabeth that gives you 10% health back. I don't know why I don't know where she is right now. There she is. I'm looking right past her. Yeah. Gives you 10% of your max HP back at the start of each turn if you took damage. That's really nice. Just something to kind of help you like prolong the fight and keep your characters in the battle. Merlin's okay because she gives you ult gauge or whatever, but the boss actually does take away some ult gauge with different moves. So yeah, just as long as you know what you're doing, you should be able to help push the fight through. It's not that bad, but obviously the more you invest into the specific team that you're kind of going to need for this, you'll be able to move up in difficulty and everything, if your gear allows it and you have the CC for it. So yeah, try to find a decent teammate. I know it's kind of frustrating sometimes. I wouldn't be afraid to like kick people out of the lobby, to be honest, and just, you know, research for somebody who actually has a halfway decent team. I normally don't do that because I feel bad, but I shouldn't feel bad if they're just, you know, joining with random stuff that they think is good because they don't know what they're doing. So I don't know. Just, you know, take your time. It's obviously a limited event, so try to do it as much as you can so that way you can get your rewards and everything, and you're not going to miss out on anything like that. But yeah, that should be pretty much it. You can buy a whole bunch of this cool stuff, and I don't know, pretty much it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was a little bit informational. I know I couldn't even do it on hard, but for most of the like lower level, like free to play players and stuff like this, just having a decent team comp to start working towards and everything, hopefully you can kind of get it ready in time to farm out the event before it goes away. You get a lot of like decent like materials, like I said, you get a lot of SSR pendants and stuff like that from this event in general. So just kind of start investing in some of these units so that way you can get any of these cosmetics or any of the actual growth materials or stuff like that. I know there's SSR pendants right here that you can grind for, but I think that's basically it. You can get some treasure chests, which are pretty alright. I was thinking you could get anvils, but I don't guess you can. Maybe, I don't know. If you're not actually going to try to get these event units and if you would rather just save your SSR pendants to begin with, you may be better off just not even worrying about a lot of this stuff and just completely skipping it, so that way you're not investing into units you're not going to use. But that's completely up to you. So that's pretty much it. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe because I'm going to be doing more Grand Cross content in the future. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. So I'll see you then.